Shalom, shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kodash, which means all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Yahweh is the Most High's name. Bahashem means in the name. And Yahweh Shai means is our Messiah's name, our deliverer. Okay, and Yahweh means He exists, the Most High's name, and that's to be only stated by the Israelites who Yahweh Shem Shai has blessed that name to, and because the name is dreadful among the heathen, so you heathens can't say it. All right, it's only for Jake, and Jake that's been blessed to pray and meditate upon that name. Now, bodily exercise. I've found that with maturity, as you grow older, and as you give up certain bad habits that you did when you were in the world, be it smoking, and nothing wrong with drinking, but drinking heavily on a consistent basis is not very profitable to your physique, because we are in the chains of darkness, and we've got to maintain this physique until, Lord willing, if you're blessed enough to be changed, where you don't have to be reborn again. And you give up certain bad habits, and with age and maturity comes wisdom as well, which is true. And with that, because I've noticed, if you notice a lot as well, with a lot of Jake that are in the world, especially famous Jakes, that were, like, say for example, popular R&B artists or rap artists back in the 90s. Now them brothers, right, are in their 40s, mid 40s, early 50s, and they look superb because they're working out. Some of them are swole now. Some of them, I was just watching, one of my favorite R&B artists from back in the day, RL from the group Next. And, RL, I mean, most of the group have always pretty much, they look pretty much the same. Obviously, there's a few changes with maturity and age, obviously, You might not have that glow on the skin anymore like you do when you're in your youth and things of that nature. But the dude is in the best shape of his life, man, And he's taking care of himself. And a lot of Jake, even in the world and that are outside of that realm of the world, in your general day-to-day life, Jake takes care of themselves, okay? Especially those that have gone to certain trials and tribulations, and but a lot of Jake catch on early on. Now I just want to go into the benefits of walking, and this is off the back of Elder Apostle Gabar and then Elder Kazakia Allah of the Mississippi camp. Did a beautiful sit down stroke. He likes to call them. He calls them rants. I don't think it's a rant. I think it's beautiful the way the elder expresses everything spiritually and then goes into the scriptures as well, and I enjoy watching the elder teach, and that's a beautiful thing, man. And now back to working out. Yeah, running is more taxing on the knees because Esau has made this concrete jungle, similar to their home in Mount Seir and the Caucasus Mountains. And it's quite taxing on the knees because there's no vibration or rebound back from the hard concrete floor. Hence the reason why, Nike, certain sneakers are invented and to help you in that endeavor. And so walking, or what they call power walking, is a really great exercise, and because power walking, you get the combination of walking, which is safer than running. It's less taxing on the knees, especially if you're up in age. And if you want to avoid that taxation on the knees, it's something that you can incorporate with your running as well, so you can run a little less and do more power walking. Okay? You may look funny when you're doing your power walking. If you've seen people do power walking, they look like they're having a fit while they're walking, right? But that's not the case. They're just basically trying to get it in, bust a sweat, break a sweat, and get a good workout in and keep the blood pumping around the body. There's a lot of people that don't work out, for example, blood is not flowing correctly throughout the body, and plus we're eating genetically modified foods in this world. We don't know what the hell we're even eating. That's why prayer pray without ceasing, or pray without ceasing is very important. So you pray of everything. You pray of your food especially. And with that, with the bad foods and the bad air and everything else, and Lord willing, you're protected from all these things, because, the children of Israel, will eat their bread defiled in the land which Yahweh Hashem sent us and scattered us, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28:64, will be scattered from one end of the earth to the other, one end of the earth to the other. And walking and, doing basic exercises like calf raises to make sure that your blood is pumping around the body is a good thing to help the flow of blood as well. So you don't get what you call pins and needles, where your legs fall asleep or your arms fall asleep while it's sitting there, and helping down, knocking the excess weight off. I mean, if you're a bodybuilder and you've got muscle mass and all that kind of thing, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about, jakes out there that are slightly fat and overweight, and I'm talking that for myself and any family members of mine too, so it's not just for everybody else, it's for myself as well, So power walking is a great alternative to running, and for individuals that don't want to bench press or don't want to do the weights or any other types of exercises, right? Power walking or walking in general is great. All right. Now you can do it on a treadmill, but I've done it on a treadmill and it's rather mundane and boring. Okay. Being in the outside elements, especially if you can get it in, if you've got a day off that day, or if you've got a late shift, or if you're in between roles, in between jobs, whatever your situation is, the Lord will bless you and take care of your situation, whatever you're in. But, whenever you have time, especially early in the morning or in the evening, whenever you get time, go to a park, like even Elder Yashawamba says, obviously we live in London, and Elder Yashawamba even stated the fact that, find yourself a body of water, like a lake, or I don't know. We have a lot of canals here in the UK, so a body of water or a lake or something, and a nice quiet place, with this bit of greenery and some flowers and stuff like that, where you can walk and meditate, and pray at the same time. Because myself personally, I definitely, I pray before working out, pray after working out, and I pray while I'm working out as well. And I was never a person that likes to wear hats a lot. I always found them a hindrance even before I knew who I was. Okay, and now I know that the Lord didn't want me to wear hats all the time, unless it's extremely and excruciatingly cold or it's raining. Because why? The pineal gland is like an antenna that needs to connect to Yahweh Hashem Ashai, so He can bestow His blessings upon you, and you can feel them, right? And pray and meditate on the Lord's name and pray to the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Ashai, Rakti Yahweh Hashem Ashai, and so that's another thing as well. So prayer and exercise go hand in hand, and you've got to have an equal balance to maintain. So what is power walking? Power walking is walking with a speed at the upper end of the natural range for walking. Typically, this is around 4 to 5.5 miles per hour. I can usually do a mile in about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. So this is, roundabout correct. Typically, this is around to 4 to 4. This is around 4 to 5.5 miles per hour, which is around about 15 to 13 minute mile. For power walking, you must have at least 1 foot in contact with the ground at all times. If you're thinking calories, 126 pound person, which in the UK is 9 stone, and a stone is about 14 pounds a stone, okay, because we usually go by stones here. A lot of people go with the pounds now, since the world is connected, a little bit more through social media. So if you're thinking calories, 126 pound person, which is 9 stone, can burn approximately 120 calories in 30 minutes, walking at 3.5 miles per hour. Increase that to 4.5 miles per hour, and you are looking at approximately 180 calories. So over the course of a marathon, that is 1,796 calories or 2,096 calories, which is more or less your daily intake, if you're a slender person, okay? Why is power walking so good for you? It's low impact, low risk injury low impact, low risk of injury, and walking can help develop and keep bones strong, So if you keep your body, constantly constantly moving, okay, you take care of your body, and the body will take care of you, as they say. So if you're not going to take care of your body, that's why a lot of jakes, and you're not going to take care of your diet, right? And you're going to eat unlawful foods. You're going to end up in a wheelchair. You're going to end up with these funny growths on your face and your body. You're going to be, you're going to be excruciatingly overweight, stretch marks everywhere and things like that. We all got flaws and blemishes and things like that, but you can try and, maintain or cut down and, try and do what you can, in the power that Yahweh Hashem has blessed you to maintain and keep yourself together. You don't give up on yourself and be lazy, because being lazy is a demon in itself. Okay, so it's low impact, low risk of injury, and walking can help develop and keep bones strong. Walking is one of the best. Walking is one of the few sports that use the whole body. The more you do, the more you will improve your muscle tone, and the stronger you will become. Walking gives you a boost. There is a strong scientific evidence that physical activity, and specifically walking, reduces the risk of, for ladies, breast cancer. Walking can easily be incorporated into your daily life and can boost your immune system, okay, which is true. Improve your general health. Power walking can help raise good cholesterol levels and decrease bad cholesterol levels, and help to lower high blood pressure. And that's cholesterol and high blood pressure is rampant in Jake. All right. Therefore, will help lessen the risk of illnesses like type 2 diabetes. Jake has plenty of that. Okay. And certain types of cancers and strokes. Relieving stress. Okay. Relieving stress. Regular power walking helps redirect your focus and concentration away from stressful environments and situations, and release tension. Okay. Endorphins released in the brain through exercise result in a more relaxed disposition and calmer state of mind, and can help reduce symptoms associated with depression, anxiety, and self-esteem. Okay, but you got to pray along with that as well. Okay, all right. There's got to be even balance between mind, body, and spirit. You can't just focus on the body alone. It has to be even balance. Try to take a 15-minute walk every day in your lunchtime. Switch off your phone. That's a definite. Okay, we know that might feel scary, and just enjoy wherever you are walking. You will feel a great sense of freedom to be off the main grid, even for a short while. We guarantee you will want to extend that time. Just be in the moment and enjoy. All right. Walking off the weight. Scientists now say that after giving up smoking, maintaining a healthy weight is the next most important thing you can do for cancer prevention. Combining a healthier diet and walking is a guaranteed way to lose weight, get good muscle tone, and keep it that way. Tests have shown that if you walk 4 times a week for 45 minutes at a pace that increases your heart rate, you could lose up to 18 pounds without changing your diet. See, that's decent. It's almost a stone and a half. Okay. And then, this, once it turned off the grid, and a lot of individuals have gone to electric vehicles, and here in the UK, they're trying to, put an extra tax on cars that are diesel, or that cars are a certain age. And there's a deadline by August the 30th, or end of August this year, for everybody to switch up their vehicles. So that's going to affect a lot of people that don't have a significant amount of money to buy new vehicles. And then on the flip side, when things really do get heated up, and a lot of people are going to be on foot, and especially a lot of Jake. So this is a good way to get used to walking on a regular basis. All right, even if you don't feel like doing it, you do it if you have the time. Why? Because it's only going to make you stronger. All right, because when you go against the grain, you're only going to make yourself stronger. It's like, for example, you can't do push-ups. You're overweight. Okay, you do 10 for a whole 5-6 days, whatever, and then you do 15 the following week every day. Then you do 20. You go against the grain, and you keep going against it until you can do 100 straight through. And that the only way you're going to do it is if you put yourself in that hard situation. Now, it's like the furnace of adversity. You're going to come out purified, looking better and feeling better, right? And spiritually, most importantly, you're going to be better as well. All right, the rest is just around women stuff, okay. But generally, take the meat from the bones. This is a good, good information, for Jake on a general level, Now, walking outside compared to walking inside. Walking on a treadmill. Walking outside versus walking on a treadmill, which is best for your health, right? All right, let's see which one is best for your health. Working out isn't just about long distance races and trendy boutique classes. Walking can be affordable, and it's affordable as well for a lot of Jake that are on budgets as well. Because some of these gym memberships, are crazy in terms of prices. Some are affordable, some are pricey. Depending on your budget. Whatever the Lord has blessed you with. Okay. Walking also provides you a lot of autonomy from choosing the time you start and stop to picking the music on or podcasts you play. You also have the option of listening up for the treadmill or hitting the great outdoors, and each setting comes with its own pros and cons. Okay. Right, benefits of walking outside. Beyond the fact that it's free after you've bought the right walking shoes, of course, there are many other added bonuses. You burn more calories when you're outside. Your body works harder because you're in the elements, you're in the wind, and your body is resisting the wind and pushing your own body to move forward. Unlike a motorized treadmill where you're in a comfortable environment, there could be the air conditioning on or a fan blowing in your face, and you're in a certain position there. You're not in the elements. Okay, you may be going up. When they put it on a slope, which will sort of help your quads and all that kind of thing, and your thighs. But that's about it. But otherwise, walking outside is more better for the mind as well. Heck, you might even interact with a few people and have a decent conversation, maybe. But being in the element, being outside in the element, especially a park, especially in this time of the year, when the sun's out, you can hear the birds tweeting, the robins flying around, and the birds, uh, seeing children play, and mothers with their children and families together, man, woman, and children, a nice, healthy, so-called environment, and children playing in the green grass and the trees helps the mind, especially if you live in a concrete jungle. So I would say outside would be better than being cooped up indoors, especially for this younger generation that are constantly playing games. I've got family members the same way, they don't want to go outside. You try to push them to go outside, and they don't like being outside, and they're back in their room playing games again, you know. So being outside is way better, depending on your situation and depending on your schedule and how your life is. But I would say it boosts your mood, it elevates your mind, and you can pray at the same time. You pray before you leave the house, you pray while you're working out. Make sure your head is uncovered if you're a male, okay? For the ladies, make sure your head is covered, just tie a bandana around your head, if you're doing some sort of heavy duty workout where you're running fast or whatever, so your head weight doesn't fall off. For the jakes out there, head uncovered and just get it in, and it does help, It basically blows the cobwebs out of the system, right? And then on top of that, there's no point just doing the exercise and eating crap. Try and learn to cook at home, okay? Because we're in hell, so you got to take the best from the worst situation. So ideally, eat clean. Always eat clean foods. Stay away from the pork. Stay away from the crab, lobster, catfish, and all that BS. If you don't know about a fish too much and you never ate it before from your youth, just go with what you know. Me personally, I always stick with cod or tuna. I don't F around with anything I don't know about. You can do your research prior, but if your gut, if you're not really agreeing with it, thinking, man, I'm not taking a risk of eating anything unclean, you just stick with what you know. Obviously, you're supposed to eat fish with fins and scales. Salmon is good too, chicken, lamb, beef, venison, chicken, of course, and your general, hens, eggs, and all that kind of thing, and lots of green salad, lots of turmeric, You can make turmeric tea, buy some turmeric, put that in hot water, add some lemon to it, maybe a little bit of honey, mix that, knock that back, and because in our home, because there's a lot of Eastern cooking, there's a lot of garlic and herbs involved as well, which is a pretty normal consensus amongst Israelite foreigners as well as Benjamin, because there's a lot of Benjamin here in the UK, We pretty much eat similar, in terms of the foods and spices. But I would say more of the Israelite foreigners, especially from the East, add a little bit more spice to it, because Jake likes flavor, right? All right, but it's got to be even balanced with your food as well, and stay off the sodas, man. All All right, soda is just basically acidic, and you're burning the crap out of yourselves on the inside. All right, the best alternative is, as Apostle Gabar said, it was carbonated water. It's water, but it's carbonated. You know, and if you must put some flavor in the carbonated water, which I've tried in the past, you can maybe get like fruit cordial. Like which it could be an apple flavor or cherry flavor, whatever. Add that to it if you want to, but ideally drink it plain. All right, because I just saw something on Twitter the other day where there was a Jake who hasn't drank water in 2 years or 3 years, and every time he drank water, he kept spitting out, and his whole body was just used to beer, soda, and those artificial juices from stores. And I'm looking at, and this Jake was slim and everything. He wasn't fat or anything. He was up in age. He still looked okay, but this guy was regurgitating, which basically means throwing up all the water he was drinking. So his body was basically allergic to water, man. And our body is 70% water. So it's very, very crucial, right, that you just don't have things that just taste good. You can't have things that are sweet. You've got to have the bitter as well with the herbs. All right? The way life is, you've got to have the food to balance it out, man. All right? If you need to deal with life, you need the correct sustenance, you need the correct medicine, which is the food and the herbs, to make sure that you can deal with the outside elements and the world. And so your mind is evenly balanced out. And most importantly is prayer, man. You've got to pray without ceasing. Okay? Let's go to some scriptures. Ecclesiasticus 30:15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. As they say in the world, excuse me, health is wealth. People work hard all their life and get this, that, and the third, and achieve everything just through just hard graft, whether they're carpenters, builders, whatever they do in the world, whether they work in office, right? They put in so much graft and grind, eating junk and eating outside all the time. They're a young man when they start slim and slender, whatever, and then 15, 20 years later, they look like a shell of themselves, and they're like overweight by about 50, 60 pounds or whatever, or even more, But they've achieved everything financially, but they've destroyed their body. The idea is to maintain and have that even balance so you can have that. Because, listen, man, a lot of people that have money are in wheelchairs. A lot of people that have money are in bad condition. Not all, but there's some that are, there's some that are not. All right? But if you think about it, for any person that's a multimillionaire that's in a wheelchair that can't walk, or they don't take care of themselves, or they had their leg chopped off because of eating pork and the diabetes and all that kind of thing, right? If they could think back and say to themselves, man, they would definitely say to you, they'd give up all their wealth and money, whatever they have, just to be able to walk again, to be able to be healthy again, to be able to run again. You know what I mean? Play with their children, pick up their children, or play with their grandchildren, pick up their grandchildren, play soccer with them, or play football with them, things like that. So health is wealth, man. Okay? And it all starts now. All right? It's never too late to start. Okay, it's never too late to start. You can't say, I'm 45, I don't want to do this anymore. Nah, 45 is still young, man. All right? Very young age, especially for Israelites. All right? Because most Jakes, we age, not to blow our own trumpets, we do age like wine, man. You might see an elder, he might, look around about 35 years old, but, or 40 years old. But he could be like maybe, close to 70. You see some of these Jakes on these YouTube shows who do calisthenics in the park and chin ups and press ups and all that. Some of these Jakes are like 65, 70 years old, and they're lean and toned. Take care of themselves. That's an example there in itself. 1 Timothy 4:8. For bodily exercise profiteth little. All right, which means that if you're just going to exercise alone and not, just focus on the carnal and the physical, and not focus on the spiritual as well, it's not going to profit you at all. So there's got to be even balance of working out and the spiritual element. The spiritual element, of course, more, okay, because you're going to pray without ceasing, of course, but you've got to at least get it in 4 or 5 days a week, man. Whether it's walking, push-ups, you want to jog, power walk. But the best is walking and power walking, and add a little bit of light weights to it as well, just to sort of tighten up a few things and, tighten up the screws, as I say. First Timothy 4:8, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come. Okay. 1 Corinthians 6:19. What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, and ye are not of your own. Okay, we are not our own, man. We are owned by Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, man. Our soul is Yahweh Hashem Yahshai's woman. Okay? And this vessel that we have is a blessing of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, especially if you can walk about and you have 2 arms and 2 legs. So you don't abuse that blessing, man. You take care of it. Okay? And the fact that, your body is a temple, and the Rakah Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit, is in you. So therefore you eat clean foods, you balance your body out, you drink plenty of water, and you exercise as well. And if you have all these elements taken care of, the spiritual, as well as the physical, as well as the mental, and then on top of that, some decent herbs and food, okay? And, more than likely, you're going to be in a better position than you were prior to doing all that, okay? And if you haven't started now, it's never too late to start. I've started, I ain't gonna give my age away, but put it this way: exercise ever since I started it, is definitely benefiting me. You still have your ailments, but you're able to deal with those ailments in a better way. You know what I mean? Mentally and physically. The Lord sort of eases the pain. There's some days where the pain is heavy. Some days the Lord takes it off you. Whether it's your neck or your back, whatever the situation may be. Sometimes demons mess with your head as well. And exercising and praying at the same time is a beautiful thing, man. Or the best yet is to, watch the apostles or watch any of your favorite teachers, your prophets and your apostles and elders on down, have your earphones on and do that. Or maybe have your, have it on a loudspeaker on your phone while you're walking around the park, however you want to do it, Me personally, I like to listen to a lot of Manatazak Banyamian's videos, man. They amp you up, especially with the beautiful pieces of music he puts to the scriptures, man. You feel like you're on cloud 9, man, You feel like you're floating. Then you get amped up as well, But yeah, pray without ceasing, It's lucky if I go here and there and all that, because sometimes the mind wanders. And hope you got something out of it, whoever watches it. And start exercising, okay? And start eating clean as well. Stay off the slave foods, man. Stay off the slave foods, all right? Okay? But anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashua. Shalom. Shalom Barakah.